Hey, all my crafting friends. Welcome to my Make It Monday. I am Lisa Fulford, your creative coach, and we've been having a bit of stormy weather here in Indiana, and so I'm a little later getting on here, but I have a really cute Christmas in July card for you. And so, anyway, I think that with a little bit of paper and different turn down that volume and but with a little bit of DSP and some fun folds and different things, you can come up with some really easy, cute cards. And so I will switch to my desktop, but before I get started, I want to thank you for joining me for my Makeup Monday. And if you like what you see on this video, if you could give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate that. That gives me the opportunity to keep bringing videos to you, and so I hope that you like what I have to show you today. So let's get started. All right, so let me switch to my tabletop. Just one moment. There we go. All right, so I'm using the greetings of the season so that I could have the love and joy. So let's see, love and joy is right here. And then on the inside of my card, it says, may your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. And that's this right here. And so then the paper that we're using is this gorgeous specialty paper, and it's the Seasons of Green and Gold. And this sheet right here that is showing right here, the dies from another stamp set will cut all these out. Like it'll cut the greenery out. It cuts these that kind of almost look like a little bit of a heart, and then it cuts out these other greener ones here. And so this DSP, let's see if I can find the stamp set. Yeah. It's this one here, the golden greenery, but it's the dikes that I use to cut out the DSP. I use this one, and then they have others, and so it cuts out that DSP, so it's like that. And so I find that to be really handy when so that you don't have to fussy cut. But if you wanted to say sit in front of the TV and fussy cut all those different ones out, you could do that too. So we will get started with the card. And this fun fold, what's really neat about it is that when you cut this as a 4¼ by 11, when you cut this piece off, it is used for our front piece. And so I'll set that card right there. We're going to use some Versamark, and that is a type of watermark stamp pad. And so mine's seen a little bit of love, but it's not damaged in any way. It's still a clear ink, and it's a very tacky ink. And then I have our Wow embossing powder here, and it's in the metallic rich gold. And then I have my stamps already on blocks, and so we will get started. This has been already die cut, and there's the back of that. So we will get started with what the shapes and sizes and different things of everything are. So this piece started out, and grab it here, at 4¼ by 11. And then I scored it at 5½ and then cut it down to 4¼ by 8. And so then that left this, that is 3 inches by, oh gosh, 3 inches by 4 1/4. Yes, so I'm sorry, I went blank there. And so I did do some embossing on here, and you could use any embossing folder that you want. I cannot remember what this one is, and it may be retired. I hope I did not use a retired one, but it happens sometimes. And so I'm going to, on the back, on the front, I'm going to score that, or it's already scored, but I'm going to burnish that score line like that. So this is my piece there. That's going to be my card base. And so I told you that this is 3 inches by 4 1/4, but I have a second one of those that's 3 inches by 4 1/4 that I cut from a separate piece of cardstock. And that is in our mossy meadow. And then this piece is our wild wheat, and this piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Slide that under there. And then I have a piece of Very Vanilla, and this piece is 2 3/4 by 4. And then I also have a piece of the DSP that's 2 3/4 by 4. And then Wild Wheat, and this is from our stitched stylish shapes. And so I call them the stylish stitched shapes, but I believe this one here is maybe the smallest one in white. I should have probably used Very Vanilla, but I wanted white on the front. And then this piece is the next step up. So as long as they are two that nestle together, you can do whatever size you wanted, and I wanted to kind of step down because of my greeting being smaller. It can be larger if you want. So I have that, and then this is from the DSP, and I just did the die cut with that. So there we go. So we'll get started, and we'll set this off to the side. I need this piece and this piece for our stamping and our embossing. So I'm going to grab a sheet of, there it is, copy paper here. And I'm going to lay these on there. I'm going to bring in my Versamark and my embossing powder. I'm going to use my embossing buddy and just kind of tap it on here and on that one. And let's see, Love and Joy, we're going to ink that up. And you can't see the ink because it is a watermarking ink. And so I'm going to stamp that in the center and release. Then I'm going to add my gold embossing powder on it right there for now. And then I'm going to take this one. I'm going to ink up the one that says, "May your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration." And I'm going to try to put it on my block a little straighter because it throws you off when it's not. There. I'm going to ink that up. Just make certain it's well inked. And I'm going to come in, hopefully have that straight. And I'm going to stick my head in the camera. Then I'm going to pour embossing powder all over that as well. Okay. I'm going to try to put as much of it back in the bottle as I can. Oh, didn't do a very good job with that. Then I'm going to flick off what I can. I have a little brush here. To knock away. Then have this one turned out. So if you're joining me for this live, if you'd tell me hello and where you're from, I would appreciate that. I'd like to know who's joining me. There we go. All right, so I'm going to grab another piece of paper here. Just in case, I'm going to transfer that embossing powder back, or else it will go everywhere whenever I turn on my heat gun. There we go. And move this out of the way and bring these pieces back in. Grab my tweezers so I don't get burnt. Just gonna get that there. This is so small, I could get burnt with that. So I'm gonna grab my heat tool, and a lot of times whenever I turn this on, I have a noise canceling microphone, and so sometimes you can't hear. It sounds like the volume went out, but it's usually just that it's canceling this out unless I'm talking. So give me a few moments and hopefully you can see this changing. Let it heat up here a little bit. I have it set on number 2 for the heat. Trying to keep it moving. There we go. It's starting to change. The back so it can raise up. You don't want to overheat. There we go. It's starting to change. Hope you like this Christmas card. It's something that's quick and easy, or you can put more into it if you want. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It all looks melted. You could skip the embossing part and you could just stamp with ink if you wanted. So I'm going to set this over here to cool just a little bit. We're finished with those. And I'm going to close my ink up, put my powder away. I'm going to grab my chamois, go ahead and clean that. And all I did was cut my chamois down to, I cut it in half. And then I also cut one of the halves into quarters. And this is a chewing gum box, and I think it's extra gum is what came in this. And so I just cut it down and I can slide it in there. I have it open so that it can dry out. If you leave it where it's wet and closed up, they do start to smell just a little bit, but I wash mine with Dawn dishwashing liquid. Just a dot of it, and it rinses that kind of smell out of it and it gets it wet again, and then I let it dry out, and then when I'm ready for it again, I just add more water to it. All this out of the way. All right, so I'm going to add my bits and pieces here. So this is already cooled, and it's got some embossing powder on my counter. There we go. So I'm going to take this piece and add it in there. So I'm just going to add glue to this end piece and leave the rest sticking out. So kind of like that. And then I want to add some dimensionals wherever I set those. Oh, there they are. So I'm going to add a few dimensionals to the back of this, like that. And then I'm going to bring my Love and Joy in. Kind of like that. And I'm going to flip that over and I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of it as well. Like that. I'm not quite ready for it. We'll put the rest of this together. So I know that this is going to layer on here. So we're going to put our DSP on that piece that is 3 inches by 4 1/4. So we're going to do that, like that. Set that over here. Now we're going to take this piece and add it to the inside of our card base. This card goes together pretty quick once you have all your pieces. I'm going to add that in here. So, right like that. Just centering that. All right, so now we can add this. We're just doing all of our layering, so then we can do the fun part of putting it together. So I'm going to layer that onto there, just like that. I think this is a beautiful card. And I hope you agree and you will give me thumbs up on it so that I know that you liked it. Alright, so now I'm going to add this to the front here. And I want to kind of mark right here. I want to just put glue on the top portion of this. So about where my thumb is where I'm going to end. That way I know. I probably could come down a little bit more with my glue, but I decided not to. So I'm going to try to get that as straight as I can and equal if I can. So we'll do that. Make certain that it didn't, nope, it didn't glue it shut. All right, so now then what I want to do is, this is the top, so I know it needs to be down here. So I'm going to line this bottom up like that. I'm going to flip this over like that, and now we're going to add glue. And this is so that we can line it up. And then it won't show when you're looking at the front of the card, like that. And then when you open it up, there's your greeting. And if you got the front fairly straight, the inside should be fairly straight, and there's room for you to sign it and it not show. And then now we will add our little front greeting, the love and joy. Trying to get my love and joy straight, but it's kind of hard to tell. So there's the love and joy. So you open it up, and may your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. So that is my Make It Monday, and it's a Christmas in July card. And I will be back tomorrow with a Technique Tuesday, and I have, it's a fun fold front of the card, and it's a I believe it's a dahlia floral fold. So hopefully you will join me again tomorrow for my Technique Tuesday. And if you happen to be catching this on the replay on YouTube, I want to thank you for pressing play on the video, and you might consider joining my newsletter and email list. By joining that, then I will email out information that Stampin' Up! Has to offer. Like right now, we have the bonus days still going on till the end of the month. And so with that, for every $50 in the US that you spend, you get a $5 bonus to spend in August. And so that's a really nice offering that they have. And then shortly, I think it's maybe in September, that we will be having a new catalog that goes live for us. And so I hope that you will stay tuned with me, and I'll be bringing all that information to you on my videos. And also, if you join that newsletter email list that's below this video, then I will send out information on regards of new videos and different things that are coming, and plus the things that Stampin' Up! Has to offer. So I hope you enjoy today's Make It Monday, and I hope you will give this card pattern and this hairstyle a try, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Happy stamping.